When choosing the right agent to sell your home, local insight, deep market knowledge, and property mark accreditation really are essentials that you shouldn't compromise on. That's exactly what you get, and indeed more than that, from the team behind this latest property market review, C Residential. But before we get into that, they've actually got some big news to impart. C Residential is levelling up and rebranding as Webb's Estate Agents, proudly continuing their Property Mark membership and, of course, their award-winning service. There'll be the same trusted faces and an even more dynamic sales force. Webb's Estate Agents is set to support more homeowners right across Cannock Chase in selling and moving with confidence. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, Webb's is the name to remember. If you're ready to take the next step, then do visit the website, webbsestateagents.co.uk. They are waiting to hear from you.
Thanks, Phil, and welcome to your Cannock Chase property update for the summer of 2025. Now brought to you by Webb's Estate Agents. Now, whether you're thinking of making a move, investing, or just keeping tabs on the market, we've got all the latest insights to share with you today. So, let's start with the big picture. Nationally, you can see the West Midlands has achieved a healthy 2.5% rise in sales prices over the past 12-month period, putting it ahead of regions like Greater London and the East of England, and showing just how resilient and steady our market has been compared to other parts of the country. Over the past year, the average sales price in Cannock Chase has settled at just under £250,000, sitting at £249,228 to be precise. Unlike some parts of the West Midlands, where prices have edged up by around the 2.5% mentioned earlier, our local market has been pretty steady without any big swings in either direction. That said, activity has been busy. Really busy. In fact, with the total value of sales coming in at over £500 million in just 12 months. That's a clear sign there's still plenty of movement with prices holding level overall. Digging into the details by property type, flats made up about 10% of sales, and while the average flat sold for just under £140,000, almost identical to the regional figure, there were some standout exceptions. The most expensive flat last year sold for £595,000. For houses, terraced properties averaged just over £210,000, again, pretty much in line with the West Midlands as a whole. Semi-detached homes were also similar, coming in at £223,000, but detached houses here were a little more affordable on average, around £374,500 compared to almost £399,000 regionally. For buyers, that can mean a bit more house for your budget if you're looking for extra space. Now, let's talk about what we're seeing on the ground. There are 3 areas that are especially worth keeping an eye on right now. First up is WS12, Hensford and Heathhays, where 3-bed homes are typically selling for around £213,000. It's worth noting that detached home sales in the WS12 3 postcode have slowed down by around 20%, and prices there have eased back a little, dropping from nearly £295,000 to around £286,000. Then, over in WS15, covering Rugeley and Brereton, there's been a real surge in interest, particularly on Market Street. Prices there have leapt by 43% in just a year, with the average now sitting at £245,000. So, if you're looking for an up-and-coming spot with strong growth potential, that's one to watch closely. And finally, let's not forget Lichfield. WS13 and WS14, which remains a perennial favourite. This area has a great balance of town amenities and countryside calm, and it's especially popular with families and commuters who want the best of both worlds. Of course, Cannock Chase isn't just about property stats, it's about community, lifestyle, and a real sense of place. The District Council is already pushing ahead with new developments that promise better infrastructure, more homes, and fresh community spaces over the coming years. It's a positive sign for anyone thinking long term. And when it comes to culture, this area more than holds its own. You might have already missed the Forest Live gigs from Nile Rodgers and Chic, Snow Patrol, and Sting. Just a few of the big names who've passed through recently. But that only goes to show how vibrant and well-connected Cannock Chase has become. If you're a music lover, you'll definitely want to keep an eye out for the 2026 lineup. In the meantime, there's plenty happening closer to home. Every weekend through to the end of August, Brooke Square in Rugeley transforms into a pop-up market packed with local makers, food stalls, and unique finds. Perfect if you fancy a stroll and a browse. And don't forget Hensford Festival on August the 9th. It's a brilliant family day out with crafts, street food, and entertainment for all ages. And it really captures that community spirit that makes this part of Staffordshire so special. There we have it. That's your summer insight of the Cannock Chase property market. If you're thinking about making a move or just want some tailored advice at Webb's estate agents, we are always here to help. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates and insights on everything happening here in Cannock Chase. We'll see you next time.
See Residential, your steady hand in an uncertain marketplace. So do get in touch with them. You can call them on 01889 583377. See Residential. See the difference. See the results.